Tell of Mum and Dad on BBC Three, also at 9.
The moon is in the process of falling to bits.
This is how it has to end.
Doctor Who, Saturday at 8:30 on BBC One.
Experience Brahms in Radio 3 Dimensions, a week celebrating the composer's life and music, including live concerts every night. Starts next Monday at 7:30 p.m. on BBC Radio 3.
Now on BBC One, Paul Kenyon reports for Panorama, which contains some scenes which some viewers may find upsetting.
Tonight, the toll of stillborn babies that shames Britain.
I feel anger over these stillbirths. These are proper, beautiful babies who should be alive. And if we can do something, then we should be doing it now.
Britain has one of the highest levels of stillbirths in the developed world. Every day in the UK, 9 apparently healthy babies die in the womb.
I was in a very bad place, thinking, my baby's dead, how can I give birth to him? It's supposed to be a happy occasion.
Tonight on Panorama, we meet the doctors who think they can save thousands of babies' lives.
We have the right equipment, we have the right machinery to prevent many of the stillbirths that we have now. It is depressing that we don't.
They've been battling for years for the medical establishment to take notice.
We believe that this is a game changer. We've saved over 500 stillbirths this year alone. That's 10 a week. But there's a lot more to go.
But others say it's too soon. The evidence just isn't there.
If we have some great idea, or if we have some great new technique, it's actually even more important that we then generate the evidence that means it's implemented.
The NHS promotes preventative medicine, yet life-saving interventions are still not being rolled out with the momentum you might expect. More than 750,000 babies are born each year in the UK. For many of us, the greatest gift. The vast majority, like this little one, arrive without complication. But during pregnancy, 1 in every 200 births encounter problems, something that might not be detected by the midwife or the expectant mother until it's too late.
This is where our kitchen dining family area is going to be. So we're going to knock it.
Samantha hopes her consultant has caught her problem in time. No one's spared in the lottery of all this. Samantha is a nurse. Right now, she's more than 7 months pregnant and moving house. Uncertainty hangs over everything.
It has, unfortunately, been a bit stressful with having a baby and buying a house at the same time. But
was that planned? Is that what you wanted?
Well, it wasn't quite going to be the way it was, but unfortunately, baby's got other ideas of when she's going to arrive anyway.
The problem doctors have detected is that Samantha's baby is not getting enough food and oxygen from her placenta. There's a chance her baby won't be coming home.
And they saw me again at 28 weeks. That's when it got really quite scary. I asked, would I ever get to full term? No, not a chance. Whereas they may have, said it a bit differently. But do you know what I mean? I can ask and because I want to know the answers to the questions. It's the horrible thought of that if she has died inside my womb, that I'd have to give birth to her then. I think that's a horrible thought then, to give birth to a dead baby, when obviously you're so much looking forward to having an alive baby that's so much wanted and planned for.
Every year in the UK, over 3,000 babies die in their mother's womb. This year, the figure is down slightly for the first time in 2 decades. But experts in this programme say they could save around half of all stillborn babies. For the families involved, it's an intimate grief, too painful to speak of. There are no memories of their child to mourn. But some find a way at a peaceful village hall near Leicester on a spring day.
So this is his little baby grow that he went off to Nottingham in, straight from the hospital. And I've kept it, I've never washed it because that's obviously part of him. But as you can see, it's quite dirty where I keep cuddling it.
They make memory boxes, mementos of children they never knew.
There was a struggle actually to find a way to print the pictures because who do you ask? You cannot go and print your picture anywhere like this.
I did mine at Asda. Just like he's asleep, I didn't think it would offend anybody who was queuing around me.
Their accounts of the final moments are heartbreaking.
It was the night before and I thought something didn't feel right, so I had a cold glass of Lucozade, like they say, and I felt him move, so I went to sleep, happily went to sleep, and in the morning when I woke up on the Saturday, something just didn't feel right in my heart.
On the Thursday, I realised I hadn't felt anything, no movements at all, which was very, very unusual.
Louise phoned me, I was at work. I can't feel the baby moving. So I rushed home, panicking. We went straight to the hospital. They couldn't find the heartbeat.
First of all, we saw a midwife who tried to sort of strap me up to listen to the heartbeat externally, and she couldn't. She didn't flap. She said, right, okay, let's get you scanned. And then I don't really remember very much at that point.
And then she goes, I'll go get the consultant, and that's when the penny dropped that something serious is wrong.
I didn't quite comprehend what the consultant said, so I had a bit of a bewildered look on my face and I had to wait a few moments for it to sink in, and I still didn't believe it.
Before that, you're so excited, you've got so much hope. I was going to be a stay-at-home dad with Katie. So my life was about to change in for me, a really positive way, and in a blink it had all gone. So absolutely devastating.
I didn't look at the screen, but all I remember is the sonographer saying, I'm very sorry, guys. And that was that.
She said, oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Patel, your baby's dead.
Reena Patel's baby, Mayan, could have lived. At 7.5 months, he was perfectly formed, but smaller than he should have been, because he'd been starved of oxygen and nutrients. It just wasn't spotted.
I mean, it breaks my heart every time I go to the graveyard to find another baby's been buried.
Every week or so, more baby coffins are brought down here and buried, and it's the frequency of it that's so disturbing. There's a row here where 3 babies died on consecutive days, and another row there at the back where 3 babies, all from different families, died on the same day. There are shared baby graves like this all over the country. More than half our hospitals use them. You'll be thinking they must have been seriously ill with something undetectable, something untreatable. But actually, many of them were fully formed, apparently healthy babies. So you might be saying, surely it's the same the world over. Giving birth can be a risky business. But actually, no. In the UK, the figures for stillbirths are particularly bad. In a study